Your bills show up every week, so why does your portfolio pay you once a quarter? By the end of this video, you will have the exact blueprint for a weekly income system using 12 high-yield dividend stocks, each one timed to pay you during a different week of the month. And when you hear about stock number 9, you will understand why it delivers one of the highest yields in the entire system, while most investors have never even heard of it. Most people think dividend investing means waiting months between payouts, checking their account 4 times a year, hoping the numbers grow. They treat dividends like birthday money, nice when it arrives, but too far apart to feel real. But here is what is really happening. Wealthy investors arrange their portfolios like clockwork. They pick stocks that pay on different schedules, different months, different weeks. Every 7 days, something hits their account. It is steady. It is predictable. And it turns investing into a weekly paycheck without the daily stress of trading. And here is the beautiful part. You do not need a finance degree or $1 million to start. You need a clear system and the discipline to let it run. So let us start with stock number 1. Most people buy dividend stocks randomly. They chase the highest yield they see, dump everything into 2 or 3 companies, then wonder why their income feels lumpy and unpredictable. But here is what is really happening. The timing of dividend payments matters just as much as the yield itself. When you spread 12 carefully chosen stocks across the calendar, every single week delivers cash. No more waiting, no more guessing, just consistent flow. So let us start with stock number 1. Conwest Associates LP Units, ticker symbol CWPS, with a powerful yield of 13.17%. This is not just about a big percentage, it is about consistent performance that starts your quarter strong. CWPS delivers its payout early in the month, setting the tone for reliable income right out of the gate. Think of it like the opening act that never disappoints. While other investors are still checking if their quarterly dividends posted, you are already banking your first payment of the week. That momentum matters because it keeps you disciplined and engaged. CWPS focuses on preferred shares, which means more stability than common stocks, more predictability than growth plays. You are not betting on a rocket ship. You are building a foundation that pays you while you sleep. Number 2, Brandywine Realty Trust, ticker symbol BDN, with a dividend yield of 14.93%. This is a real estate investment trust with a long history of paying solid dividends. Mid-month can often feel like a quiet stretch in most portfolios, but BDN fills that gap with a dependable deposit. You stay on track with 0 downtime between payouts. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, are required by law to pay out most of their income as dividends. That is not generosity, that is structure. BDN owns commercial properties, collects rent, and passes the income to you. Simple, repeatable, boring in the best way. When inflation pushes rents higher, your dividends often follow. When the market wobbles, people still need office space. That is the kind of stability that lets you ignore the noise and focus on the income. Number 3, office properties. Income Trust, ticker symbol OPI, offering a dividend yield of 17.28%. OPI focuses on office properties. Despite the sector's challenges with remote work trends, it has maintained its distributions and held firm. That kind of consistency is key to making this whole system work, especially in an environment where surprises are common. Here is the truth most people miss. High yield does not always mean high risk if the company has strong tenants and long-term leases. OPI locked in agreements years ago, which means cash flow stays steady even when headlines scream about empty buildings. You are not gambling on a turnaround. You are collecting rent from contracts that were signed before the world changed. That cushion matters when you are building a system designed to last decades, not quarters. Later in this video, I will reveal stock number 9 that delivers one of the most unique yields in this entire system. But before that, let me show you stock number 4, Two Harbors Investment Corporation, ticker symbol TWO, which boasts the highest yield in this group at 15.46%. Two operates in the mortgage space and is known for delivering one of the most generous payouts among high-yield dividend stocks. It closes out week 4 of your monthly cycle, which means you finish every month with a strong payment before the calendar resets. Mortgage REITs like Two buy mortgage-backed securities and profit from the spread between what they pay to borrow and what they earn from those securities. When interest rates are stable, the model works smoothly. When rates shift, management adjusts. The key is diversification. 2 is one piece of a 12-stock system. If mortgage rates squeeze the yield temporarily, your other 11 stocks keep the weekly cash flowing. That is how you build resilience without sacrificing income. Number 5, Angel Oak Mortgage, REIT, ticker symbol AOMR, with a yield of 13.09%. AOMR focuses on real estate-backed mortgage assets and delivers stability without drama. It kicks off week 1 of the second group of months, which means February, May, August, and November all start with a solid deposit. No flashy headlines, just consistent execution. The name might sound unfamiliar, but that is the point. The best income stocks are not the ones everyone is talking about. They are the ones quietly paying dividends while the crowd chases growth. AOMR specializes in non-agency mortgage-backed securities, which means they are not guaranteed by the government, but they are backed by real property. Higher yield, managed risk, predictable cash flow. That is the formula for a set it and forget it system. Number 6, TXO Partners, ticker TXO, with a yield of 12.84%. TXO is part of the oil and gas world, and while that sector can move with the market, well-run companies in this space are usually strong cash machines. TXO adds that dependable energy income, while also giving your portfolio some fresh legs beyond real estate. Energy companies generate cash flow from production, not speculation. They drill, they sell, they distribute. As long as global demand for energy holds, the dividends keep coming. And global demand is not disappearing anytime soon. TXO takes over in week 2 of those mid-year months, which means your weekly income never stalls. You are rotating between real estate, mortgages, and energy, spreading risk across sectors while keeping the cash flowing every 7 days. And if you think diversification stops here, wait until you see stock number 11. It plugs into a sector that keeps the global economy running, but we will get to that in a moment. First, stock number 7. Number 7, Flex LNG, ticker LNG, with a yield of 11.98%. This company is in the business of liquefied natural gas shipping. Sounds niche, but here is why it matters. Global energy demand keeps rising, and LNG is a big part of meeting it. Flex LNG gives your strategy some international exposure and taps into long-term global trends. Shipping companies earn money by transporting cargo under long-term contracts. Those contracts lock in rates for years, which means predictable cash flow even when markets swing. You are not betting on spot prices. You are collecting fees for moving essential goods. Flex LNG hits your account in week 3, right when you need momentum to carry you through the second half of the month. It is steady, it is global, and it is part of a system designed to pay you every single week without fail. Number 8, Alliance Resource Partners, ticker ARLP, closing week 4 with a yield of 9.8%. This one is in the coal and broader energy sector. Now, coal might not be the buzziest investment out there, but ARLP has a strong record of paying dividends, and in this system, that reliability is what counts. It is not about hype, it is about income that shows up when you expect it. ARLP rounds out the second group of months, which means February, May, August and November, all finish strong before you roll into the next cycle. The beauty of this system is balance. With energy, shipping and real assets now in play, the portfolio is not relying too heavily on one type of business. If one sector slips, others help keep the income going. That balance is key to keeping the system running through different market conditions. Now, stock number 9 is the one I warned you about. This is where yield meets opportunity in a way most investors completely overlook. Direction M, SCI Emerging Markets, ex-China Bull, 2x shares ETF, ticker XXCH, with a yield of 11.09%. Yeah, it is a bit of a mouthful, but what you need to know is that it brings consistency for something that sounds a bit exotic. It picks up the income rhythm, right where the previous month leaves off, and keeps the weekly cash flow rolling without a hitch. This is an ETF, which means it holds a basket of stocks rather than just one company. That spreads risk across emerging markets outside of China giving you exposure to growth economies while still collecting steady dividends. XXCH hits your account in week 1 of the final group of months, March, June, September, and December. It bridges the gap, keeps the momentum high, and proves that you do not need to stick only to US-based stocks to build a weekly income machine. Number 10, Sonic Shares Global Shipping ETF, ticker BOAT, bringing in a hefty 13.27%, one of the highest in the entire system. BOAT is all about marine transport and global trade. It keeps the momentum high mid-month, providing strong income and adding further exposure to the logistics sector. When goods move across oceans, BOAT collects the fees and passes them to you. Shipping's not glamorous, but it is essential. Every product you buy online, every item in a store, probably crossed an ocean at some point. That demand is not going away, which means shipping companies stay busy and dividends stay consistent. BOAT lands in week 2 of those final months, right when you need it. Your weekly cash flow never stalls, and your portfolio stays diversified across sectors, geographies, and strategies. Number 11, International Seaways, ticker INSW, with a yield of 7.85%. This company focuses on transporting crude oil and refined petroleum products. The yield is lower than some others, but the real story here is reliability. Energy transport may not make headlines every day, but the demand does not stop. And neither do INSW's payouts. Week 3 is where momentum often fades in most portfolios, but INSW plugs perfectly into that slot, keeping your income strong right through the middle. It is not about chasing the highest yield on every stock. It is about building a system where every piece plays its role. INSW is part of the essential infrastructure that keeps the global economy running. As long as energy moves, dividends flow. That is the kind of boring reliability that lets you sleep well and trust the system. And finally, stock number 12, Cion Investment Corporation, ticker CION, rounding things out in week 4 with a hefty yield of 14.26%. As a business development company, Cion lends capital to mid-sized firms, earning strong returns and passing them on to shareholders. It consistently lands among the highest yielders in the system and serves as a strong close to the monthly income cycle. Business development companies, or BDCs, are like banks for smaller companies. They provide loans, take equity stakes, and generate income from interest and dividends. That income flows to you as a shareholder, creating a reliable cash stream. CION finishes the month strong, which means March, June, September, and December all close with a powerful payout before the cycle resets. You end every month knowing the next week brings another deposit. That is the power of a well-designed system. Thread all 12 stocks together and you have built a weekly income machine. Every 7 days something hits your account. No more waiting for quarterly statements. No more guessing when the next payout arrives. Just steady, predictable cash flow. Here is what happens when you apply this. You stop checking the market every day because your system is running in the background. You stop worrying about timing because the calendar does the work for you. And you start seeing your portfolio as what it really is, a paycheck generator that works whether you are awake or asleep. Set things in motion tonight. Open a brokerage account if you do not have one yet. Look up the ticker symbols and see which stocks fit your budget. Start with 1 or 2, then add more as you build confidence. The system is flexible. What matters most is just getting started. Keep a simple calendar or reminder system to track when each stock pays. Watch for the ex-dividend date, which is the cutoff for receiving the next payout. If you own the stock before this date, you are in. If you buy after, you will have to wait until the next round. Think about reinvesting those dividends. Many of these companies offer DRIPs, dividend reinvestment plans, which automatically use your payouts to buy more shares. More shares mean higher dividends. Higher dividends mean more shares. It compounds quietly in the background. The strategy does not ask much from you after setup. There is no need to stare at charts, chase news headlines, or time the market. Once it is built, it just runs while you go about your life. That is the real power of a set it and forget it system. And the first choice you could make right now to start building weekly income is to subscribe to this channel. Let me know your plan of action in the comments. Which stock will you start with? How much are you planning to invest? And if you found value in this breakdown, like it for more future content. Remember, this is not financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only. and any results depend on your own decisions and actions. Do your own research, understand the risks, invest only what you can afford. But if you're serious about building a weekly income system, you now have the roadmap. 12 stocks, 12 weeks, one steady stream of cash that shows up like clockwork. No drama, no guessing, just income. Take action today. I will see you soon.